My name is James. I love to read Star Wars books, and this is the Rogue Reader podcast.
My name is Priscilla, and I am a huge supporter of all things books, just not Star Wars.
I'm Thomas. I'm having fun here. I love to read. Let's go with that.
All right. And this is part 3 conclusion of Star Wars What If, or also Star Wars Infinities. So we did Empire Strikes Back and New Hope, so you can watch those if you're not caught up. But today it's going to be the last one that they made, Return of the Jedi. And just to jump right into it, this one starts at Jabba's palace. Leia just arrived in her bounty hunter outfit, pretending to be a bounty hunter, ready to free Han Solo, the first part of their plan. And C-3PO is obviously the translator for Jabba. Do you remember the scene where Leia tells Jabba, like, she wants 50,000 for Chewbacca? And C-3PO is like, 50,000, no less. And Jabba, like, gets angry and hits C-3PO. Well, and now he hits C-3PO a little bit harder, and C-3PO falls and breaks. So this is what if C-3PO was destroyed in the beginning of Return of the Jedi before they could enact their plan to save Han.
Uh-oh.
So now he can't translate anymore. So Jabba is getting upset, so Leia is forced to break her cover then and there and reveal who she is because C-3PO isn't there to translate. She still pulls out the thermal detonator to threaten them with, but now Jabba isn't impressed anymore, and Lando is able to save her. He disguises one of the guards before Boba Fett, I think, can shoot her with the grenade, and she drops the grenade. And now this grenade is here, and it's like about to go off, and Fett, I guess, seeing how things are turning, he grabs Han Solo and runs with him. Han Solo's frozen carbonite. Leia tries to stop him, and she tries to shoot at him, but she misses, and she hits the carbonate like thing Han is in instead, like a panel. And Fett runs off with her. Lando and Chewie, they grab Leia and they force her out of the palace, and she wants to get C-3PO, but they don't have time. And they escape the palace just as that thermal detonator goes off, and it blows up the whole palace, killing Jabba and technically C-3PO now too.
All of these comics have a very common theme.
What?
Explosions.
Well, it's Star Wars. Everything blows up.
Or lack thereof. They reunite with Luke before he can even go there, and they're like, okay, well, we need to find Han. So the big twist here is they're spending more time looking for Han than they did originally now, because Fett took him. So they kind of like split up, they're going to like different bars to figure out where Boba may have taken him. And this takes so much time that Yoda dies on Dagobah before Luke can go back to see him again.
Oh. And this is going to be fucked up, isn't it?
Palpatine senses this, and he also senses that things are running different than how he envisioned. And
no shit.
He senses Yoda's passing, and he tells Darth Vader, go to Dagobah. Luke senses the death too, and decides he needs to head to Dagobah. So now Leia and Lando are the ones looking for Han, while Luke goes to Dagobah. And he sees that Yoda's died, but Yoda's spirit arrives along with Obi-Wan's, and they basically tell him all the same information that he would have gotten if he had seen Yoda when he was alive. So there wasn't really a difference there.
Yeah, it's like Yoda's useless.
So yeah, Vader's your dad. Yes, Leia's your sister. You have to confront him. It's all the same stuff. Yeah. Leo and Lando finally catch up to Boba Fett on another planet, and he's training Han, who frozen carbonite, back to the Empire so they can use him as bait again. But they ambush them, and this big shootout takes place, and Boba tries to blow up the Millennium Falcon by like flying on top of it with a grenade, but Leia like shoots him, and he drops the grenade, and it explodes, and it like detonates his jetpack. He goes flying off, and he falls super far, and I think he basically like snaps his neck and dies.
Ooh. Oh, well, that was graphic.
Yeah.
That's graphic.
And Leia decides they don't have a lot of time because the Empire's there, so she just steals the Slave One with Han in it. So she has Boba Fett's ship now.
To be clear, Slave One is that ship that they decided to rename.
Oh yeah, they decided to rename it
Red
to the Fire Spray, which is originally
originally
the ship was a Fire Spray class named Slave One. Disney renamed it to just Fire Spray.
That's
right. Lazy.
Luke is leaving Dagobah, and just as he's about to leave, Darth Vader arrives in his Star Destroyer, and he's able to capture Luke. So everything's happening like faster. Ooh. But Luke is able to send out a message before he gets fully captured. And Vader approaches Luke handcuffed and tells him, he's like, are you going to accept my offer to rule the galaxy together? And Luke still refuses, and Vader's like, well, you have until we reach the Death Star to change your mind, and then it's out of my hands.
Ooh.
Leia and Lando get Han to the rebel fleet, and they're able to defrost him. But because he was frozen for longer, and because Leia accidentally shot one of the panels, Han is now permanently blind after being brought back.
Ooh.
Wait, who?
Han is permanently blind. Yes.
Han is permanently blind now. He's lost his eyesight forever.
Instead of being blind for about a couple of hours or so, he's permanently blind.
And all this took so long that the rebels already sent their ground team to Endor without Han and Lando and all of them, or without Han and Luke.
But he's no good blind, so it doesn't matter.
Well, the big difference here is without C-3PO and Han in them, they don't make allies of the Ewoks this time.
Oh no!
And they fall right into the Empire's trap without the Ewok backup, and a whole battle begins there. Leia gets the intercepted message from Luke before he was captured, and Luke basically tells her the message that I'm your brother and Vader's our father, and he's being captured. And Leia wants to go rescue him, but everyone's like, it's too dangerous, you can't do it. So she just steals the Slave One and goes herself to the Death Star to rescue Luke.
I was gonna say, don't ever tell Leia she can't do it. She'll do it times 10.
I wouldn't say she stole Slave One. I mean, first, she already took it. So technically it's hers now since Boba Fett's already dead. So more ways than one, she reclaimed what's hers now. Because technically she killed Boba. So for now, whatever the hell he had, everything that was his, now hers.
So she snuck off.
Basically, yeah,
that's
she
a better
snuck
thing
off.
to say.
Yeah.
And she arrives on the Death Star, and then she intentionally gets herself captured. She just shoots the first stormtrooper she sees. And if you thought the art from the first one was bad,
Oh no, is it worse?
this is Leia.
Well, it's just a bad.
Angle?
Up
Are you
angle.
saying that looks like Leia
No,
at
it's
all?
not. No.
It looks like her hairline's receding.
And she looks African American here.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, but that's not
like-
her.
I'm like, okay.
It's just like it's not Carrie Fisher.
No, that is not Carrie Fisher. Everything starts going the same way. The Rebel fleet arrives to attack the Death Star. It's a trap. The Rebels on the surface, they do manage to blow a hole into the shield bunker, but before they can get in to destroy it, the Ewoks start attacking everyone. So they're killing Rebels and Imperial stormtroopers alike.
Oh,
I never liked those furry little bastards anyways.
they scare me on Battlefront.
They are scary. Lando is in the battle in the Millennium Falcon, and Han's there, but he's blind. And they're like, okay, we gotta take things into our own hands. So they take the Falcon to Endor surface, and they're just gonna blast the shield bunker from the ship. And Chewie gets hurt, so Han's like, I'll man the guns, and Lando's like, you can't see. And Han's like, I'll just shoot, just aim me with the Falcon. I'm just gonna shoot.
You might as well just shoot.
Well, I guess they need a
Someone
gun.
needs to fucking fly the damn thing. Chewie's down.
And Lando angles it so they hit the shield generator and they blow it up.
Well, look, he has shot.
Oh, I get what you're saying. He was aiming the ship so that way.
Yeah,
was
that
aiming-
way
yeah.
Han can,
Okay.
shoot, yeah.
Okay, I thought he was saying, "Hey, let me grab your hand." All right, and then we'll both shoot together. And I'll aim.
No,
hold
because then no one's
hands.
flying the ship.
No,
Wait, isn't
it's,
R2-D2 with them? Where the fuck is he?
I don't remember where R2 is in. Oh no, he's with Luke, captured.
Oh, that's right. Okay, never mind then. I'll shut up.
Luke gets taken aboard to the Emperor, and as he's watching all this happen, just like in Return of the Jedi, this time Leia gets brought before them too, because she got herself captured. And so Luke tells Vader, Leia is my sister, this is your daughter, we're your children. And they get into a lightsaber duel, and everything's going the same. Like, Luke still cuts off Darth Vader's arm, but this time Luke, and he's like, I refuse to fight. He throws away his saber, but this time he and Leia are just holding each other. And he's like, you're gonna have to kill both your children if you're gonna do this. And Vader can't bring himself to do it, so he collapses and he refuses to kill both
Oh,
his
I
children.
thought he was gonna fucking do it.
Palpatine, this time around, disappears. He runs away.
What the
He completely disappears, and Luke and Leia carry Darth Vader out, and Lando takes the Falcon into the Death Star, and he's like, come on, get on board. So they carry Darth Vader into the Millennium Falcon, and Vader is telling Leia, I think he tells Leia, he's like, thank you for bringing me back. And Han is sitting there, and he's like, who'd you guys bring on board? Because he's blind, and then he hears Darth Vader, and he's like, tell me that's not who I think it is.
That's hilarious.
I'm just thinking he's sitting there, and then he's just like, "Oh, who you brought back?" And then of course you hear,
Like, That better be who I think it is.
Luke,
All
you better have
wide-eyed.
asthma. Um, they escape the Death Star. The rebels still blow it up because the shield was destroyed. Everyone is together on the rebel fleet afterwards. Um, and the Emperor's still alive, and they're like, we need to go find him and find out what happened to him. And the big twist this time around is, well, first of all, I should say, before we get to the big twist, here's some more ugly art of them on the rebel fleet. Look at this.
Who's
The hell happened to Han?
Oh, Han became an X-Men. He's got like
He's Cyclops.
he's Cyclops. They gave him like some
So he can shoot lasers.
brings whole new
Who
meaning
the
to Han.
hell is this one right in the middle?
That's Mon Mothma.
That is not Mothma. What the fuck is that?
I don't know what any of these
What
are.
is it?
Well, anyways, the big twist: Vader didn't die. He's back, and he's like, "I will help you track down my old master." He's back to the Anakin again, and he's got white armor. He switched his black for white. He's light side again,
Huh.
That's dope.
Okay, alright then. Okay.
and that's how it ends.
Wait, can you show me that picture?
You want to do like high stoned Luke?
No, he looks like he's a big ass blimp.
No,
Oh, that's
Palpatine?
that's Palpatine's like face.
Palpatine's colored and yeah, okay. Yeah.
So that's the big twist, and that's where it ends. So, okay. Well, I'm just gonna say my opinions right away because I already have a lot of them. This was
Okay.
barely different from the movie already, except that Vader lives. It didn't change much at all. The only interesting part was Vader is alive at the end, and he can work with Luke now, and we don't see more after that. That's the story I want to
Also
see.
that Han's is blind now, so good luck with that later down the line.
But it still didn't do anything.
I don't know. I mean, we still was able to blow up the damn thing somehow.
Yeah,
With the
just-
help of Lando? Or what was
Yeah.
it?
yeah, with Lando.
And
Yeah, it was
then C-3PO's gone, so no more translator for them.
So I don't know. To me, it wasn't different enough. I don't know. What did you guys think? This was my least favorite of the three.
I'm different from y'all.
I don't like that one as much either.
I have a thing for like white silver costumes.
Oh my God.
Like you know in Power Rangers when they have like that one silver ranger. Oh, it does it for me. So
Which one?
all of them. so when I saw that costume, I was like, "Oh, daddy."
So I actually think my favorite is Empire Strikes Back because I like the whole mind battle with Yoda and Vader. What's your favorite, Priscilla?
All of them,
Okay.
even the one that was never made.
Even the one that was never made.
I'm kidding.
What about you, Tommy?
It's gonna be the first one. First one was a good little change piece here and there. Second one will be my second favorite. That one was now.
Yeah. Now,
To just top it up, the one that wasn't even made will be my third favorite, and that one's the fourth one. That's how bad it is.
I wish they made more of these, but I only have one more good idea if they kept this up. If they did one for episode 1, The Phantom Menace, my idea would be, what if Anakin, he couldn't fix his pod racer and he lost the race? That would be my
Oh,
idea.
and then Leia would have been like, "Ugh, I'm not attracted to this."
You mean
Padme?
Padme?
I do that all the time. Padme would have just
Padme.
like, screw it, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. It would have been fun. You could do a lot with that. They're stuck.
I mean, I'm always the one, by the sounds of it, they won't be able to get the kid. Not only that, Qui-Gon would have been in debt right there and there to begin with, so...
And they would have had to face Darth Maul on Tatooine without getting away.
Exactly.
You could have done a whole thing where like Darth Maul kills Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon would be the one to train Anakin in the future. You could do all that kind of crazy stuff.
Oh, that one would have been interesting.
Well, that's it for Star Wars Infinities. If Disney does do a Star Wars What If, I'm curious to see what they do, but I hope they call it Infinities again if they do it, because that was kind of cool. Hi, this is James from the future. We recorded these episodes quite a while ago, and since then, LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy has come out, and that is basically the closest we've come to a Star Wars What If. It does feature a lot of things like bad guys being shown as good guys and good guys being shown as bad guys. And we do actually have a Jedi form of Vader in that special, and he is wearing the white armor, which is a really cool reference. I don't know if it's an intentional reference. It might just be because the opposite of black is white, and it just kind of makes sense for them to do that. There's even a Jedi Master Palpatine in there. Either way, it was cool to see, and I just wanted to bring it up since it would have been weird if we didn't mention it in this episode here. Well, anyways, this was a fun little diversion, but Thank you, everyone, for watching or listening. This has been the Rogue Reader Podcast. I'm James, and may the Force be with you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of the Rogue Reader Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, subscribe for more content, and share to any other Star Wars fans you think might also enjoy this content. Thank you very much.